Welcome back everyone. My name's Carl, this is Motorcycle Junkie, or should that be, this is Motorcycle Junkie, my name's Carl, and this is what appears to be an explosion in a GPZ500 factory. Right, what we're going to do today, I'll tell you what we're going to do today. I want that swing arm. So I know I did take it off in one piece saying I'll strip it later. Later is now, and I need that stripped down to a bare swing arm, and I want to inspect the bearing. And I've also come to a decision as to what we're going to do about coating or painting or powder coating this frame and swing arm and everything. So let me get this torn down. I'll tell you what I've decided and why. Right, what do we need? Phillips. I'll tell you what I haven't got, and I really ought to get some. I don't know why I haven't got any. JIS screwdrivers. I really should get some. What the fuck have I done with it? Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, I'm sure most of these are JIS, and I shouldn't really be undoing them the way I'm undoing them, but there you go. That's what I've always done. So that is a bit rough looking, that chain guard. I don't quite know how I'm going to go about restoring that. I did read somewhere, in fact I didn't read it, I tried it, but if you heat these with where are we, that if you heat them with a hot air gun, it restores them. And I did try it on some plastics on my old Kimco and it never worked, but I might try that. What's the one on the other bike like? We're obviously going to take the best one, but let's just have a quick look, see if that one's any better. Not that it's something I need to worry about right now, but it's no better, no worse. We'll have a proper look later. Right. In the ever-growing box of parts she goes. Now I'm going to temporarily just pop those screws back in. Right, what do we need? I don't like that. I think I'll replace that with a big old split pin, or carder pin, as you Americans prefer to call them. But they're split pins, that's what they are. Right, let me find myself a big old spanner. In fact, let me just, I'm just going to tear that down. It's probably tear it down off camera. Probably not though. Someone might be interested in how it comes apart. Right. What we got? 17 maybe? Hey! Is it that one? I'm still going to leave as much of this in one piece as I can. What fucking size is that then? That's a weird size. Either that or it's fucked. By fucked I mean broken. I must stop saying fucked. Fuck it. Well, I don't know what size that is then, because I think it's 17, but it's just, yeah, it's just rounded off and worn to fuck. Let me get an imperial. I don't think it's imperial. So, what size is that? 5/8. It's not 5/8, is it? No, but we can hammer it on. In the hope, yes. Ha ha! This is tricky to do. What if I, does that help? Not a lot. Not a lot. It would, with hindsight, would have been easy to do this on the job as such, but like I said, I wanted to keep them in one piece. Okay, so we are going to, yeah, that's bollocks. Someone's hammered fuck out of that. So we need a new nut. Okay. Is that a bearing in there? Is that a bearing or just a spacer? Fuck knows. Right, let's put this shock where it belongs. Pliers. Stay. I reckon that's going to be 21. Fuck off sockets. See if I'm right. 21. No, bigger. 22. Almost. 23. No. Fuck's sake. You can't even see what I'm doing, can you? 24. It is a 24. A 24 on one side, a 17 on the other. Back to where you once belong. Right. Right, so that's the big axle nut off. That one and that one. And then what I shall do is reassemble this in the order that it's come off. That one. Goes on there, although like I said before, I do have the advantage I do have the advantage of having another one to copy. So let's just put that back together. That goes on there. Fingers stuck. Slack adjuster on there. Then that. Then those two. I shall even put in that big clip just so it's all get on, you bastard. There you go. So that wheel is all in one piece. I'll pop that over here. Right, now we are left with that, so off with the chain protector. So that don't look too bad, that'll clean up. You probably can't even get the fucking things anyway nowadays, but we'll see. Right. What else we got here? Let's take off that spindle. Apart from the bearings, they just push out, but oh hang on, they're a needle, yeah, they do push out, but they're a needle roller bearings, so I might need to protect them, so, and that one as well, so they seem to be in good shape, and I don't want to throw good money after bad, so I should probably put something through to protect them and leave them in for the time being. We'll see. We'll go and have a look in the old manual, see what sort of job they are to remove. In fact, they ought to be removed really. So, right, what we're going to do. I've been online looking at these fleeces, you know, what you put on your angle grinder for removing paint. They're quite expensive. I ought to have some anyway, but just sort of putting that aside, they're expensive. I need some good quality paints, and probably Simonized Tough Black or some Hammerite Smooth. That's quite expensive, £8 to £10 a can. There's hours and hours of work prepping it, getting in places like in there. It's going to be a fucking nightmare. You know where this is going, don't you? I'm having it powder coated. You know, it's expensive, but this isn't a bike I'm just doing up MOTing and flogging on. This one's a keeper, so I want to do it properly. So yeah, we are going to send off the swing arm, the frame, and whatever I've done with it, the main stand. So they're the three parts that I'm going to send off and have powder coated. Other bits and pieces like the side stand, this frame here that holds on the yeah, all the other little bits and pieces I am going to do by hand. I'm going to do Tough Black, you know, or Hammerite Smooth or something, and just paint them as I go. Now, one of the plus sides, what I thought about, which nearly made me go down the do-it-yourself route, was that when I'm manhandling this about, putting it back together, getting the engine in and everything, there is going to be a very high probability that I'm going to scratch it. And if I'd done it myself with Tough Black or Hammerite Smooth, I could just touch in the damage myself. With it being powder coated, there's less chance of me damaging it because it's a tougher finish, but if I do damage it, I can't just add a bit of powder coat back in and cover the damage up. So I have got to be super duper careful with it when I get it back. But yeah, decision made. We'll get all these cleaned up, loaded in the car, down to the powder coaters, and we're going to have them done properly. Right, I'm going to go and look up what sort of job it is to get them bearings out, or whether I should just block them off and leave them in. We'll see. Right, for now that'll do. Okay, right, we've got all these bits prepped for the powder coating, man. When I say prepped, that's the cradle that goes on the side of the frame. Now, I weren't really sure whether I want that separately or attached to the frame, but I'm going to do it separately. Now the swing arm, I've left the bearings in. As you can see, I've put a big bolt in there, that's for the shock absorber, and the same, I've put a big bolt in there and then tightened it both ends to try and protect the bearing. There's nothing wrong with the bearings, but if you remove them, they're fucked. So my plan is just to try and protect them like that. It should be okay. If the powder coating process fucks them up, then we'll replace them. You know, if any powder coating media gets into that surface, regardless, they're fucked, even if they're not fucked that immediate moment. So we'll inspect them when it comes back from the powder coaters. On the frame, and the powder coaters asked me to do this, every single thread I'll put a bolt in, as you can see, to try and protect the thread. I think I've got all of them, as far as I know. If I've missed one, not a problem, I'll just run it out with the, I'll put a tap through it and clear it out, but I'm pretty sure I've got all of them. So we've got the main frame, we've got the removable cradle, we've got the centre stand, and we've got the swing arm. So I've now got to try and get them all off to the powder coaters, which is about 20 mile away, so when I'll have time to do that I don't know. This centre stand is extremely light. At first I thought it was aluminium, but I don't think it is, but it can't be very thick metal. It rattles as well. Right, so they are all ready to go. Now, as an aside, nothing to do with this at all, but do you remember this this power ratchet that I've been raving about for the last couple of days? Well, it's fucked. I'll try and show you. I've already sent an email to the eBay seller and I've got a QR code to return it, but I'll just show you. Still operates, but it's now got zero power. In fact, I can actually, it's probably not going to come out on the film, but I can actually stop that turning with my hand. So it has zero power. So obviously this cheap nasty old mechanism inside is fucked. I do like them. I am going to get a more expensive one. That was a way of testing out whether it's something I would use. I think it is. I've been using it quite a bit. But obviously a 27 quid cheap Chinese one, well, just don't. Is my advice. Just don't. Spend some money, get a decent one. Right, anyway, we're done for today. We're going to pack away, and within the next few days, I don't know when it will be, but we'll get all this shit off to the powder coaters. And yeah, I mean, there's plenty I can be getting on while he's got them. We can clean up that engine and regrind them valves and all sorts. Yeah, so we're not short of work. Anyway, for now, guys, that's it. we'll catch you when we've got something else to show you.